Imagine for a moment that you're standing at the edge of a raging river. The waters are churning. The current is strong, and you can hear the roar of the rapids downstream. Now, picture yourself stepping into that river, feeling the force of the water against your legs, threatening to sweep you off your feet. That, my friends, is what stress can feel like in our lives. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to be carried away by that current. You can learn to stand firm, to navigate those waters, and even to harness their power for your own growth and success. In this world of constant change and challenge, staying calm in stressful situations isn't just a nice-to-have skill. It's essential for survival and success. It's the difference between being swept away by the currents of life and riding those waves to reach your destination. Now, I want you to understand something fundamental. Stress is not your enemy. Stress is a natural part of life, a biological response that has helped our species survive for millennia. The problem isn't stress itself. It's our reaction to it. When we allow stress to control us, to overwhelm us, that's when it becomes destructive. But what if I told you that you have the power to change that? What if I said that within you lies the ability to transform stress from a destructive force into a catalyst for growth and achievement? Let me share a truth with you that has the power to change your life. Your response to stress is a choice. It's not something that happens to you. It's something you decide. And today we're going to explore how to make that choice wisely, how to stay calm in the face of life's storms. First, let's talk about perspective. How you view stress determines how it affects you. When you see stress as a threat, your body goes into fight or flight mode. Your heart races, your muscles tense, and your mind narrows its focus to perceive dangers. But what if you could shift that perspective? What if, instead of seeing stress as a threat, you saw it as a challenge? Imagine an athlete preparing for a big race. Their heart rate increases, their muscles tense, and their focus narrows. Physiologically, this response is identical to what we call stress. But the athlete doesn't see it as a negative thing. They see it as preparation, as their body getting ready to perform at its peak. That's the power of perspective. So, the next time you feel stress creeping in, I want you to pause, take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this a threat or is this a challenge? By reframing stress as a challenge, you're telling your mind and body to prepare for action, not retreat. You're choosing to engage rather than avoid. Now let's talk about the power of breath. Your breath is a remarkable tool that you carry with you everywhere you go. It's always available, always free, and incredibly powerful. When you're feeling overwhelmed, your breathing often becomes shallow and rapid. But by consciously controlling your breath, you can send a signal to your body and mind that everything is under control. Try this with me right now. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold that breath for a count of 4. Now exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Feel the tension leaving your body with each exhale. This simple technique, known as box breathing, has been used by everyone from ancient yogis to modern-day special forces to maintain calm in high-stress situations. But staying calm isn't just about managing your physical response to stress. It's also about training your mind. And one of the most powerful ways to do this is through visualization. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself in a stressful situation. Maybe it's a crucial presentation at work or a difficult conversation with a loved one. Now, instead of imagining all the things that could go wrong, visualize yourself handling the situation with grace and confidence. See yourself speaking clearly and calmly. Picture the positive outcome you desire. This isn't just feel-good nonsense. Visualization is a technique used by top performers in every field, from business to sports to the arts. When you visualize success, you're essentially giving your mind a rehearsal. You're creating neural pathways that make it easier for you to respond calmly and effectively when you face the real situation. Now, I wanted to address something important. Staying calm in stressful situations doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending that everything is fine when it isn't. True calmness comes from acknowledging your feelings and choosing how to respond to them. You know, at a tree in a storm. The tree doesn't ignore the wind or pretend it isn't there. Instead, it bends and sways, allowing the wind to pass through its branches. The tree remains rooted and strong, even as it adapts to the changing conditions. That's the kind of flexibility and resilience we're aiming for. So how do we develop this resilience? One powerful way is through regular practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of being fully present in the moment without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. You can start practicing mindfulness right now. Take a moment to notice your surroundings. What do you see? What do you hear? What sensations do you feel in your body? Don't try to change anything, just observe. This simple act of bringing your attention to the present moment can help break the cycle of stress. As you develop this practice, you'll find that you become more aware of your thoughts and emotions. You start to notice the early signs of stress before they overwhelm you. And most importantly, you'll create a space between stimulus and response, a space where you can choose how to react. Now let's talk about the power of preparation. Many of us face recurring stressful situations in our lives. Maybe it's monthly reports at work, family gatherings, or financial planning. Instead of dreading these events, why not prepare for them? Preparation doesn't mean trying to control every aspect of a situation. That's impossible and will only lead to more stress. Instead, preparation means equipping yourself with the tools and strategies to handle whatever comes your way. Think about a pilot preparing for a flight. They don't know exactly what weather conditions they'll encounter, but they have protocols and procedures for a wide range of scenarios. They practice these procedures repeatedly, so when challenges arise, they can respond calmly and effectively. You can do the same in your life. Identify the situations that typically cause you stress. Then develop strategies for handling them. This might involve role-playing difficult conversations, creating step-by-step plans for complex tasks, or simply visualizing yourself handling the situation calmly. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate stress entirely. Some level of stress is inevitable and even beneficial. The goal is to develop the ability to navigate stressful situations without losing your composure. Now, I want to address a common misconception. Many people believe that staying calm means always being serious and stoic. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, humor can be one of your most powerful tools for managing. Laughter has been shown to reduce stress hormones and increase endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. When you can find humor in a stressful situation, you immediately shift your perspective. You create distance between yourself and the problem, allowing you to approach it with a clearer mind. I'm not suggesting you make light of serious situations, but learning to see the absurdity in life's challenges can be incredibly liberating. It can turn a potential meltdown into a moment of connection and relief. So, the next time you're facing a stressful situation, ask yourself, what's funny about this? You might be surprised at how often you can find a humorous angle, even in difficult circumstances. Now let's talk about the importance of self-care. Staying calm in stressful situations isn't just about what you do in the moment. It's about how you live your life every day. Your ability to handle stress is directly related to your overall well-being. Think about it this way. If you're running on empty, even a small challenge can feel overwhelming. But if you're well-rested, well-nourished, and emotionally balanced, you're much better equipped to handle whatever life throws at you. So, what does good self-care look like? It starts with the basics, getting enough sleep, eating a balanced diet, and engaging in regular physical activity. But it goes beyond that. It's about nurturing your spirit, cultivating meaningful relationships, and engaging in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. For some, this might mean starting the day with prayer or meditation. For others, it could be spending time in nature, pursuing a hobby, or volunteering in their community. The specifics aren't as important as the principle. You need to regularly replenish your emotional and spiritual reserves. Think of it as preventive maintenance for your mind and spirit. Just as you wouldn't wait for your car to break down before you change the oil, don't wait for a crisis before you start taking care of yourself. Now, I want to address something that many of us struggle with. Perfectionism, the pursuit of excellence, is admirable, but perfectionism can be a major source of stress. It sets unrealistic standards and can leave us feeling constantly inadequate. Remember this, staying calm doesn't mean doing everything perfectly. It means doing the best you can with what you have where you are. It means accepting that mistakes and setbacks are part of the journey, not roadblocks to success. In fact, some of the most valuable lessons in life come from our failures and challenges. When you can stay calm in the face of setbacks, you're able to learn from them rather than be defeated by them. So I challenge you to embrace imperfection. See it not as a flaw, but as a sign that you're growing, learning, and pushing your boundaries. When you free yourself from the need to be perfect, you create space for creativity, innovation, and genuine growth. Now, let's talk about the power of community. Staying calm in stressful situations doesn't mean you have to face everything alone. In fact, one of the most effective ways to manage stress is to build a strong support network. Think about the strongest structures in the world. Bridges, skyscrapers, ancient monuments. They all have one thing in common. They're made up of many interconnected parts, each supporting and strengthening the others. Your life should be the same way. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who challenge you to be better, who support you when you're struggling. These connections not only provide emotional support, but can also offer practical help in stressful times. Remember, a strong community isn't just about what you receive. It's also about what you give. Being there for others, offering your support and encouragement can be incredibly rewarding. It can shift your focus away from your own stresses and give you a sense of purpose and connection. So I encourage you to invest in your relationships. Reach out to friends and family regularly. Join groups or organizations aligned with your interests or values. Be willing to be vulnerable and ask for help when you need it. And most importantly, be willing to offer that same support to others. Now, let's address a critical aspect of staying calm in stressful situations. Learning to set boundaries. Many of us find ourselves overwhelmed because we take on too much. Say yes to too many commitments or allow others to infringe on our time and energy. Setting boundaries isn't about building walls or pushing people away. It's about clearly defining what's acceptable to you and what isn't. It's about valuing your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. This might mean learning to say no to additional responsibilities when your plate is already full. It might mean establishing clear work-life boundaries so that work stress doesn't spill over into your personal life. It might mean distancing yourself from relationships that are consistently negative or draining. Remember, every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Make sure you're saying yes to the things that truly matter to you, that align with your values and goals. Setting boundaries can be uncomfortable at first, especially if you're not used to it. But over time, it becomes easier, and the benefits are enormous. You'll find that you have more energy, more time for the things that truly matter, and yes, more calm in your life. Now, I want to talk about the power of gratitude. In the midst of stress and challenges, it's easy to focus on what's going wrong. But cultivating an attitude of gratitude can dramatically shift your perspective and your ability to stay calm. Gratitude isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about recognizing the good that exists alongside the challenges. It's about acknowledging the blessings, big and small, that are present in your life every day. When you practice gratitude regularly, you train your mind to look for the positive. This doesn't mean the stressors disappear, but it does mean that they no longer dominate your mental landscape. You become more resilient, more able to see opportunities even in difficult situations. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. It could be a delicious meal, a kind word from a friend, or a beautiful sunset. The act of consciously acknowledging these positives can have a profound effect on your overall well-being and your ability to handle stress. Now let's talk about the importance of continuous learning and growth. The world is constantly changing and new challenges are always emerging. To stay calm in the face of these challenges, we need to be continually expanding our knowledge and think about it. The more tools you have in your toolbox, the better equipped you are to handle any situation that arises. This might mean learning new stress management techniques, developing new professional skills, or simply expanding your understanding of the world around you. But remember, learning isn't just about acquiring information, it's about applying that knowledge in your life. It's about being willing to step out of your comfort zone, to try new approaches, to fail and learn from those failures. Every time you learn something new, you're not just gaining knowledge, you're building confidence. You're proving to yourself that you can adapt, that you can grow, that you can handle new challenges. And that confidence is key to staying calm in stressful situations. So I challenge you to make learning a lifelong habit. Read widely, take courses, seek out mentors, and most importantly, be willing to apply what you learn in your daily life. Now, I want to address something that many of us struggle with, the need for control. Often our stress comes from trying to control things that are beyond our influence. We worry about the future. We try to manage other people's actions or reactions. We attempt to force outcomes that aren't ours to determine. The truth is, there's very little life that we can truly control. We can't control the weather, the economy, or other people's decisions. We can't even control our own thoughts and feelings much of the time. They arise unbidden, influenced by countless factors. So, what can we control? We can control our actions. We can control our responses to situations. We can control where we focus our attention and energy. Accepting this truth, that we can only control our own actions and responses, can be incredibly liberating. It frees us from the impossible task of trying to manage the entire world. It allows us to focus our energy on the things we can actually influence. This doesn't mean becoming passive or fatalistic. It means being strategic about where we invest our time and energy. It means learning to let go of the things we can't control while fully engaging with the things we can. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. This simple philosophy can be a powerful tool for maintaining calm in stressful situations. Now, let's talk about the power of purpose. When you have a clear sense of purpose, a compelling reason why you do what you do, it becomes much easier to stay calm in the face of stress and challenges. Purpose acts like a North Star, guiding you through difficult times. When you're connected to your purpose, setbacks and obstacles don't seem as daunting. They become challenges to overcome on the path to your greater goal rather than insurmountable. But it isn't something you find once and then you're set for life. It's something you cultivate and refine over time. It evolves as you grow and change. So how do you discover and cultivate your purpose? Start by asking yourself some important questions. What matters most to you? What are you passionate about? What unique gifts and talents do you have to offer the world? How can you use those gifts to make a positive difference? Your purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It could be as simple as being the best parent you can be or bringing joy to others through your work. The important thing is that it resonates deeply with you, that it gives your life meaning and direction. And you're aligned with your purpose, you will find that you have more resilience, more motivation, and yes, more calm in the face of life's challenges. When you're aligned with your purpose, you will find that you have more resilience, more motivation, and yes, more calm in the face of life's challenges. This alignment becomes your anchor, steadying you when the winds of adversity blow strong. Think about the great leaders and innovators throughout history. What set them apart wasn't just their talent or intelligence, but their unwavering commitment to a purpose greater than themselves. This purpose gave them the strength to persevere through countless setbacks and failures. Now you might be thinking, that's all well and good for world-changing visionaries. But what about ordinary people like me? Let me tell you something important. Each of you has a unique combination of experiences, skills, and perspectives that no one else in the world possesses. Your purpose doesn't have to change the entire world. Changing one person's world is equally valuable. Consider the impact of a dedicated teacher who inspires a love of learning in their students, or a nurse who provides compassionate care to patients during their most vulnerable moments. These individuals might not make headlines, but their purpose-driven actions create ripples that spread far beyond what they can see. Aligning with your purpose doesn't mean you'll never face stress or challenges. In fact, pursuing a meaningful purpose often involves facing significant obstacles. The difference is in how you perceive and respond to these challenges. When you're connected to your purpose, obstacles become opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. Setbacks become valuable lessons rather than reasons to give up. The stress you experience transforms from a debilitating force into an energizing catalyst for action. Let me share a personal example. Years ago, I faced a period of intense uncertainty and stress in my own life. My career wasn't progressing as I'd hoped, and I found myself questioning my path. The stress was overwhelming at times, and I often felt like giving up. But during this difficult period, I took the time to reconnect with my core purpose, to empower others to realize their full potential. This renewed sense of purpose didn't magically solve all my problems, but it gave me the strength to persevere. It helped me reframe my challenges as opportunities to grow and better equip myself to serve others. As I aligned my actions with this purpose, I found new opportunities opening up. More importantly, I discovered a deep well of resilience within myself that I didn't know existed. The external circumstances hadn't changed, but my internal response had shifted dramatically. This is the power of purpose. It doesn't shield you from life's storm, but it gives you the strength to weather them. It provides a context for your struggles, imbuing them with meaning and transforming them into stepping stones toward a greater goal. Now let's talk about how you can cultivate this sense of purpose in your own life. It starts with self-reflection. Take some time to think deeply about what truly matters to you. What are the values that you hold dear? What are the causes that stir your passion? What are the unique gifts and talents that you possess? Write these reflections down. The act of putting your thoughts on paper can help clarify your thinking and reveal patterns you might not have noticed before. Don't worry about crafting a perfect, polished statement of purpose right away. This is a process of exploration and discovery. Look for ways to align your daily actions with these core values and passions. This doesn't necessarily mean making dramatic life changes overnight. Start small. If you value creativity, how can you incorporate more creative activities into your life? If you're passionate about environmental conservation, how can you make more eco-friendly choices in your day? As you begin to align your actions with your emerging sense of purpose, pay attention to how it affects your stress levels and overall well-being. You may find that activities that once seemed stressful now feel more manageable when viewed through the lens of your great. Remember, your purpose isn't static. It can and likely will evolve over time as you grow and gain new experiences. The key is to stay connected to it, to regularly check in with yourself and ensure that your actions are still aligned with what truly matters to you. Now let's address a common misconception. Some people believe that having a strong sense of purpose means you'll always feel motivated and energized. That's simply not true. Even when you're deeply connected to your purpose, there will be days when you feel tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed. The difference is that your purpose can serve as a touchstone during these difficult times. They can remind you why you started on this path in the first place and give you the courage to keep going when things get tough. In these moments, it can be helpful to connect with others who share your purpose or values. Surround yourself with people who understand and support your goals. Their encouragement can be invaluable when your own motivation is flagging. It's also important to celebrate your progress along the way. Too often, we focus solely on the end goal and forget to acknowledge how far we've come. Take time to recognize and appreciate the small victories. These moments of celebration can replenish your energy and reinforce your commitment to your purpose. Now let's talk about how a strong sense of purpose can help you stay calm in acutely stressful situations. When you're faced with a crisis or high-pressure scenario, your purpose can serve as a guiding light, helping you cut through the chaos and focus on what truly matters. Imagine you're facing a crucial deadline at work. The pressure is intense, and you can feel your stress levels rising. In this moment, connecting with your purpose can help you regain perspective. If your purpose is to create value for others through your work, you can focus on how completing this project will benefit your clients or colleagues. This shift in focus can help calm your nerves and renew your motivation. Or perhaps you're dealing with a personal crisis, a health scare, or a family conflict. In these emotionally charged situations, your purpose can be a stabilizing force. It can remind you of your core values and help you respond in a way that aligns with your deeper principles rather than reacting impulsively out of fear or anger. Your purpose can also help you make difficult decisions with greater clarity and confidence. When you're clear about what truly matters to you, it becomes easier to prioritize and to say no to things that don't align with your core values and goals. This doesn't mean the decisions will always be easy, but having a clear sense of purpose can simplify the decision-making process. Instead of being swayed by short-term pressures or others' expectations, you can evaluate choices based on how well they align with your overarching purpose. Now, I want to address something important. Discovering and living your purpose isn't always a smooth, linear process. There may be times when you feel lost or uncertain about your path. This is a normal part of the journey, and it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. In fact, these periods of uncertainty can be valuable opportunities for growth and self-discovery. They're chances to reassess, to ensure that your actions are still aligned with your evolving values and goals. Don't be afraid to question and explore during these times. Your purpose isn't something fixed and unchanging. It's a living, growing part of who you are. Remember, too, that your purpose doesn't have to be some grandiose mission. It can be as simple as being a positive force in the lives of those around you or continually striving to learn and grow. The key is that it resonates deeply with you and gives your life a sense of meaning and direction. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a challenge. Over the next week, take some time each day to reflect on your purpose. Ask yourself, what brought me joy today? What made me feel fulfilled? What actions aligned with my deepest values? Leverage these reflections to start crafting a personal statement of purpose. Remember, this statement isn't set in stone. It's a living document that will evolve as you do. The act of creating it, of putting your purpose into words, can be a powerful tool for staying focused and calm in the face of life's inevitable stresses and challenges. Your purpose is your North Star, guiding you through both calm seas and stormy waters. By staying connected to it, you'll find a wellspring of strength and resilience you may never have known you possessed. You'll be better equipped to handle stress, to make decisions aligned with your values, and to live a life of meaning and fulfillment. So embrace your purpose. Let it infuse every aspect of your life. Let it be the lens through which you view challenges, the fuel that drives you forward, and the bedrock that keeps you steady when life gets turbulent. With a strong sense of purpose, you'll find that you're not just surviving the stresses of life, you're thriving in spite of them, growing stronger and more resilient with each passing day. Remember, staying calm in stressful situations isn't about avoiding stress altogether. That's simply not possible in our complex, fast-paced world. It's about having a powerful inner compass that guides you through the storms, a deep well of strength that you can draw from when challenges arise. Your purpose is that compass. It's that well of strength. Cultivate it. Stay connected to it. Let it guide your actions and decisions. As you do, you'll find that you're not just better equipped to handle stress. You're better equipped to live a life of meaning, impact, and profound fulfillment. The journey of discovering and living your purpose is ongoing. It's a path of continuous growth and self-discovery. Embrace it with an open heart and a curious mind. Be patient with yourself as you navigate this path. And remember that every experience, even the challenging ones, is an opportunity to learn. As you move forward from here, carry with you the knowledge that you have within you, everything you need to stay calm in the face of life's challenges. Your purpose is your anchor, your guide, your source of strength. Trust in it, align your actions with it, and watch as it transforms not just how you handle stress, but how you approach life itself. You have the power to choose your response to every situation you face. Let your purpose inform those choices. Let it be the foundation upon which you build a life of resilience, impact, and deep, abiding calm. The challenges of life will come and go, but with a strong sense of purpose, you remain steady, focused, and empowered to meet whatever comes your way. Go forth with courage, with purpose, and with the unshakable calm that comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for. The world needs what only you can offer. Embrace your purpose and let it light your way through life's journey.